Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here, and I am reacting to my videos. So I'm watching this video. I'm going to give this brother another chance. I think this is who I was watching a few videos ago. I think this the former CIA agent dude who was talking about the truth about Krav Maga. I think this is him. And we're going to give him another shot, man. I ain't really like that other video he did, but we're going to give him another shot. And this one is 5 common mistakes of self-defense. All right. So let's see what the brother got to say.
Very quickly today, I want to share with you 5 common mistakes when it comes to self-defense. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer, and I believe everybody needs to be trained in self-defense. I've trained thousands of people in self-defense, and it is critical in this day and age that you need to know how to protect yourself, and that is my mission for you. So, 5 common mistakes when it comes to self-defense. What's number 1? Well, number 1 is not getting started, meaning thinking that, hey, it's got to be jujitsu, it's got to be Krav Maga, it's got to be karate, it's got to be X, it's got to be Y, it's got to be Z. Guess what? If you get started, no matter what you're doing, that is the most important thing. So,
okay, so I agree. You got to get started. So you're good so far. You got to get started. And look, what I don't suggest, okay. You don't have to just walk into a school and sign up for like a 5-year membership or something like that. You know, you can, there's research available. Matter of fact, it's a good time to get my plug. Hey, look, this is a shameless plug right here. You know, you can get my book, Self-Defense, Why Even Bother, How, Why, and What to Learn to Defend Yourself. That way I take all the, guesswork out of it. Just get the book and then you can figure out what you want to do. But you got to get started. Read the book. It's a quick read, and then you can get started. That was a quick little, hey, thanks. He doing good so far. He let me advertise my book. I appreciate that. All right, let's see what he got.
The martial arts world is very, very territorial. I got a ton of friends in the martial arts world. I got a ton of friends who own schools, and they'll swear, till they're blue in the face. Oh, Krav Maga is the only way. If you do anything else, you're an idiot, blah, 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 blah. And
that's the video I did the comment on.
That's how it works. Everybody, of course, thinks theirs is the best. But get started with something. If you live in a town where all there is a jiu-jitsu, take that. If you live in a town where all there is Krav Maga, take that. Now, when it comes to martial arts, I'm not the world's biggest fan only because there are rules. There's, hey, if I'm in a tournament, you can't knee in the groin, you can't punch in the throat, you can't punch in the face, but it is better than doing nothing. So please get started with something. Doesn't matter what it is. They all have something to offer, but just remember for what it is when I train and hey, there are no rules, meaning you can do everything because that's the way it is if somebody, heaven forbid, tries to attack you. So that is common mistake number 1.
All right, so I agree with him 95%. The other 5%, we are in the information age. Do some research, man. Do some research because it's some shit out here that actually you'd be worse off taking that stuff than you would be, you just do some research. Make sure that you're taking something from a legitimate source. Whatever you're taking, Krav Maga, jiu-jitsu, boxing, taekwondo, make sure you're taking it from a legitimate source, man, because it's some bullshit out here. So I agree, but make sure you don't just go and take anything from anybody. Make sure you do some research first. Don't take that long either.
What is common mistake number 2? It's not being aware of your surroundings. Guess what? I was almost kidnapped once. I saw it happen. I was able to get away before I had to fight off physically 2 attackers. That's because my head is up. I'm looking around. So when it comes to self-defense, too many people are like, I got to learn 37 different ninja moves. I've got to do a roundhouse spinning kick and everything. You will solve probably 90% of your problems if, unlike the vast majority of Americans, instead of burying your head in your cell phone and texting the entire day and being a zombie walking around, you have your head up, you'll see the threats coming.
So I agree. I totally agree. Anytime I'm teaching my self-defense seminars, I say, look, the best way to defend yourself is not having to defend yourself. All right. And that phone, good God, that was a good picture because he's exactly right. You got to get off that cell phone walking down the street, man. You got to head on the swivel. Right now, I might add to this. It depends on what he's talking about, but it's certain things you need to look for.
In Baltimore City, Maryland for a while, unfortunately, because it's corrupt, it's dirty, it's extremely violent. My wife was a lawyer. Was a lawyer. She is a lawyer. She went to law school there. When I was in Baltimore City, Maryland, you better believe I always had my head up. And I did see some threats ahead of time and was able to get out of there. So don't necessarily focus on learning, as I said, 37 super duper wrist locks, karate chop, judo chop stuff. Pay attention to your surroundings when you're out and about. Don't be that person, and we know everybody who does it, probably 99% of people, who whenever they come out of the store, they immediately get their car and they sit in their car for half an hour texting their friends. Because that's easy for somebody to come up and try and carjack you, for somebody to come up and get in your car and put a knife to your throat or whatever. I have never sent a text message in my life. Yes, that is true. Let me grab my phone and show it to you. Yes, this is a flip phone. This is what I use, and I've never sent a text message. So
all right. Well, he probably is a CIA agent because that's a bit excessive. He never sent a text message. I don't know where he lived and who he be hanging out with. But I mean, I guess, I mean, yeah, I ain't going to take as far as you can't send text messages and stuff like that. I send text messages. I do agree with sitting in your car, depending on where you are. I sit in my car and I do my YouTube videos, but I'm also in an area which I know that I'm okay. And if you watch, if I'm doing my YouTube videos, my head's on a swivel, even still, it just, so you can live your life. You just have to be, aware of your surroundings. Now, I don't know if he's going to talk about it, but think about what to look for too, because you want to, you don't just be looking around. It's drills that you can do, that can help you with your, awareness and stuff like that. But you got to know what to look for. We won't get into that now. I'll maybe do that on a separate video, but you got to know what to look for. You just can't, people always talk about looking around, but they don't talk about what to look for. All right. I'm not, my bad. I'm talking too much. My bad.
Please pay attention. That'll solve a lot of your problems. All right. What is common mistake number 3? Not being aggressive. If somebody is going to attack you, you don't want to sit there and reason with them. You don't want to sit there and just freeze and start begging for mommy and daddy. You don't want to believe them, meaning, hey, okay, yes, if I listen to you, you're going to take me in this field and not hurt me. You're going to take me in the woods and not hurt me, right? So if somebody comes up and they grab you and they say they're going to take you somewhere, they threaten you, they start attacking you, you've got to be aggressive back. All of us, every human being in the world has what is called the inner psychopath, meaning we can go crazy. We can defend ourselves. Ask any mom on the planet. I'm married, my wife, we have 6 children. So if somebody tries to harm 6 children, we've all seen Mama Bear. Everybody can.
You know what? It's crazy that he say that. There's a video that went viral recently. I think my man Icy Mike did a comment on it. And people always say that, if you're a mother, you're going to go crazy about her kids. And this guy was stabbing kids. It was crazy video. And the mothers just froze. So you don't know what a person's going to do in a situation. Okay. You think you know, and you say you'll do this, but you don't actually know all the time what a person going to do in every situation. Mothers will freeze too. Okay. That's why you got to go back to what he said about number 1. That's why you got to get some training. All right. Because, what they say, you won't, you stoop to the level of your training. You don't rise to the occasion, or vice versa. You don't rise to the occasion. You stoop to the level of your training. And so don't think that you just going to react just because, you got that feeling in you. And then we talk about aggression. Y'all saw my short. Okay. It's not just about aggression. It's about controlled aggression. Okay. Controlled aggression. What I say, aggression is an out of control forest fire. Controlled aggression is a flamethrower in the hand of someone who knows how to use it. You got to learn how to have that controlled aggression. Okay. That's an important part of it.
Be aggressive. So that is common mistake number 3, is trying to reason with them, or just sitting there freezing or thinking, hey, if I don't move and I obey them, they're not going to harm me. These are criminals. They've probably done this more than once. They probably just got out of prison. They probably didn't even go in prison after their last crime because some liberal prosecutor slapped them on the wrist and said, hey, no problem. I don't care.
Oh, shots fired.
You tried to attempted murder on somebody, you're out on the streets in 4 hours. So don't make that mistake of not being aggressive. Let's go to 4. What is 4? 4 is not targeting the head, not targeting the throat. So everything from the neck up. If you start punching some guy in the stomach, probably not going to hurt him, especially if he's a hardened criminal and he's 350 pounds or whatever. But all of us are affected by the neck and head area. So practice on targeting that. You could do something as goofy as printing out a piece of paper.
All right. So I don't agree. Now you do want to target, okay? You do want to target, but you actually you got your head, but if you 110 pounds and they are 250, I don't care how hard you hit them in the head, it's gonna be some problems. You need to go for some areas that I don't care if he 250, 350, or 125 pounds, it's gonna affect him the same. Okay. They talk about the big three, the eyes, throat, throwing, but it's more to it than that. Okay. Anything that you can do damage through, you got joints, I ain't talking about like pressure points. I'm talking about trying to take his knee out, his ankle out, the throat, the eyes. If you just limit your target area to this small area right here, you're giving up a lot of opportunity. Now, you don't want to hit them in the chest, in the back, in the stomach, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. But there are don't just limit your targets to this small area, okay? Because there's not that many places on the face that's going to give you. Now, if you evenly match, I mean, if you are 200 pounds going against a 200-pound person, by all means, pop the dude in the jaw. But, we always talk about the attacker being bigger and stronger. So I don't necessarily agree with that. I agree with that. This is a target, but I think you're limiting your people by telling them just to target for the head.
From your computer, a silhouette of a head, and just practicing doing punches. And I don't care what kind of punches you do. I don't care if it's a jab and a right cross. I don't care if you're sitting there doing palm strikes. Doesn't matter to me as long as you're being aggressive.
That's why I like the bob.
As long as you're attacking, as long as you're focusing on the head. And common mistake number 5, is people think, hey, I only have to throw one punch. I'm going to knock him out with one punch. Or, hey, I'm going to throw that one punch, and then I'm going to see what happens. Throw multiple punches.
I agree.
It's like when you use your gun, you don't fire one round and then see what happens. You fire multiple rounds to stop the threat. Fire multiple rounds from your fists. So never just throw one punch.
So I agree. I totally agree. I mean, if you are, like I say, if you some big, gruesome dude, and if you weigh 150 and the dude weigh 125, because sometimes it do happen like that. Not often, but sometimes it do happen like that. And you can knock them out with one punch, then that's one thing. If you can get a really good target, maybe. But I agree. Multiple, I agree with picking your targets, but that's like, if you can, in stress, sometimes you gotta swing for the fences, man. So it's not a one and done. It's several until they're done. So I agree with that.
Those are 5 of the most common mistakes when it comes to self-defense. And because we live in a crazy and violent and unpredictable world, I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see you get attacked. So please, please, please take some kind of self-defense, whatever works for you, whatever's close to your home. Also, if you want to come train with me, go to...
Hey, so yeah, man, I agree with the guy, man. That's cool. And I'm even going to keep that up there. It's with spydangerous.com. Show him some love. So I agree with what I don't know how good of an instructor he is. I'm not promoting him as an instructor. He may be great, he may not be. That's why I said you got to do your research. But I agree with what he said. Only thing I don't agree with was the just targeting for the head. You can't just target for the head. All right, you got to target for more than that. You're giving up too much opportunities. Okay, you don't want to limit yourself. Okay. But yeah, man, that's good. Better video this time. Better video. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna keep these videos going, man. Make sure y'all put your comments down there. Like, comment, man, subscribe. And if y'all like what I'm doing, I'm gonna keep doing it. All right. Peace. I'm out.